We got Nintendo. Small print suggests some Switch games will get enhanced Switch 2 editions. Rest of why I'm not buying any of these games anymore. An info page on virtual game cards refers to both Switch 2 games and Switch 2 edition games. So today, Nintendo announced a new virtual game card system which allows players to turn digital games in their Switch library to virtual cartridges. Huh? Which can then be transferred to another system or rent out to family members. What the fuck are we talking about? What is this? However, the small print on an information page about the virtual game card system appears to suggest that some Switch games will be getting upgrades for the more powerful Switch 2. Compatible systems must be linked to a Nintendo account to use virtual game cards. The small print reads, as spotted by Wario64, Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games and Nintendo Switch 2 edition games can only be loaded on a Nintendo Switch 2 system. Yeah, what I'm reading so far sounds extremely confusing, Dope Mojo. The fact that a small print differentiates between Switch 2 exclusive games and Nintendo Switch 2 edition games appears to imply that the latter refers to games that have both Switch and Switch 2 editions. I ain't buying no more Switch games, guys. It is what it is. Not until I see what's coming to the Switch 2. We gonna watch it, Arepa. We gonna watch it soon, actually. Nintendo is set to reveal more information about the Switch 2 in a Nintendo Direct presentation on April 2nd. So if some games will indeed be getting the Switch 2 upgrade treatment, this may be where they're announced. Virtual game cards allow players to transfer the digital games between two Nintendo Switch systems. Both systems need to be next to each other for the first pairing, but after that, this games will be freely transferable between the two. As with real cartridges, if a game is moved to one Switch, it's no longer playable on the other until it's moved back. Dude, this is too fucking much, bro. This is too much. Players will be able to lend games to members of their Nintendo account family group for up to 14 days. Local wireless connection is needed for this each time. So family members will have to meet in person to lend games. Virtual game card from the Nintendo Direct, because this is interesting. I'm trying to dissect this situation. Because this could be either positive or scary as fuck.
With game cards, you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch system, and a Legend of Zelda game in this one.
Okay.
Freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want. But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the Virtual Game Card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
Okay.
When purchasing the digital version of a game, it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title. Your digital games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen. Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system.
It's crazy that they waited like the entire generation just to come up with this shit. That's kind of crazy. And to be honest with you, as cool as this is, I always said like they should do a thing with physical media where you just load the game in and then it's like accessible for like the next 2 weeks. Because dude, like especially for Nintendo Switch, when I'm playing, I have a lot of physical media. I'm constantly switching games all the fucking time. So it's like, I'm like, bro, just let me put the game into my system and then have access to it for like 14 days where I don't have to constantly take out the game cartridge or take out the fucking game, the disc all the fucking time and switch up. Like, give me that 14-day access, even, despite, so I don't have to constantly switch out cartridges. I mean, they suckered me with Mario Kart 8. I bought that game twice on the Switch. I bought a physical copy at first, and I'm like, bro, I constantly put this game in between everything else I'm playing on Nintendo Switch, so I might as well just fucking buy it digitally, and that's why I did that. But I mean, this is cool. Like you can have, your boys, your friends that you're close to, family that you're close to, the digital access to your digital library that you could share. So that's kind of cool. Loading on a second system.
If you have two Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second. Now you can play this game on the second system wherever and whenever you want, just as if you had inserted a physical game card. With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to two systems.
It's so weird.
Local communication with
You're
your
like
second
trading the
system
game.
is required,
The
but
digital
only
game.
the first time. You can also lend out virtual game cards to your Nintendo account family group members.
All right, so you have to
Connect
actually
your
be
family
in the
group
group.
member system via local wireless when you want to lend a game. Choose the
But local wireless, so you have to be like within the same zone. So if my best friends are all on my Nintendo account, but my best friends happen to live a fucking far ways from me, we would have to fucking meet up just to get lame. This sucks. Let them cook. All right, let's let them cook. They're not done yet. Let's let them explain.
title you're lending and who you're lending it to. And you're done. They can now play on their own system. You can only lend one game at a time to a particular person.
Okay.
Games can be lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you,
I like that.
making digital games even easier to use. Virtual Game Card.
I don't know, bro. Like it's at least cool that it's a new option. It's cool that it's a new option, but it does leave more to be desired.